During your stay here in Germany, there's a lot of places that you'll probably fall in love with while you're here, many of which you probably won't even get to see all of because you don't have enough time. But believe it or not, there is a favorite state amongst the people. It's probably the one you're thinking. So there was a competition held by the DW that over 3,000 people took part in, where they asked them what their favorite state was here in Germany. There was a winner chosen in that competition, but I'm not here to talk about the winner. I'm here to talk about the different places that people chose as their favorite state here in Germany. I personally have my own favorite area here in Germany as well. Thus far, I haven't seen all of it, but let's see what these people had to say and let's see what they chose. So here on the DW, what is your favorite German state? Competition results, and you can see that over 3,000 users took part in it. All right, so let's read this. In our favorite German state competition, we invited you to discover the beauties and characteristics of all 16 German states on a virtual trip through Germany. We asked which one is your favorite German state, and they drew a winner. And so the winners are Joan R. from the US, and there were 2 consolation prizes, each a sustainable travel set put together by the DW. And it goes to Alejandra C. from Colombia and Javier M. from Spain. And all 3 are absolute fans of Bavaria. Was that the one you were thinking? Joan describes her fascination with Bavaria this way. Wherever you go to Bavaria, it looks like a postcard. Joan is not alone in her enthusiasm for Germany's southernmost state. The overwhelming majority of our users felt the same way and chose Bavaria as their favorite. So I too choose the Bavarian area as my favorite area in Germany so far. When I get a chance to visit more of Germany, I'll be able to make a broader determination on why, but for now, it's partially because of that exact reason. And as you can see right here in this picture right here, that's just very picturesque. Who could be mad at just standing around, just marveling in that kind of excellence? This area is just beautiful to me. And when I was in Bavaria, I did actually feel like I was in some kind of fairy tale movie. We have identified the top 3 places from entries received from our users. Bavaria already topped the rankings in 2018 and 2019, the prize draws for those. And this state is once again a favorite in 2021. Tradition, culture, nature, and Bavarian charm, all these things are associated with Bavaria. It also appears to our winners. Javier from Spain is intrigued by the mix of world-class cultural landscape and nature. And Alejandra from Colombia speaks for many when she says has all the things that I love, that she loves. History and its iconic medieval castles that inspire even Disney, that seem magical and surreal to the observer. Here's another picture. You can see this architecture is so clean. I am a big fan of straight lines and symmetry, like it's just pleasing and satisfying to my brain. So seeing stuff like this, I'm intrigued by it. I am so attracted by things this clean, just this cleanly engineered. And it's just lovely. I love it. The German capital, Berlin, rose from 3rd to 2nd place in favor of our users. It must be the versatility of the city. A metropolis of millions and yet many green spaces, a party metropolis and yet one of quiet walks and parks. So the Bavarian area was number 1, and I guess according to this, North Rhine-Westphalia was number 2, and number 3 was Baden-Württemberg. You can't ask for a better list than that. Again, this is probably according to people who haven't seen every state in Germany, but loved the state that they visited once they were here. And for this first story, I really just wanted a reason to give mad props to the Bavarian area for being so full of culture like it is, and so beautiful and just so majestic. I just wanted a reason to throw it out and maybe even suggest it for you guys. So if you ever get a chance to come to Germany, you can't go wrong with this area. So on to my second story. So this second story is tied into traveling in Germany, but it's about traveling in Germany during the summer. This article from The Guardian talks about summer in Germany and 3 regions for a laid-back, crowd-free holiday. Now, I don't think this article is speaking in reference of today's times, with distancing and all that stuff going on. I think it's referring to normal times, regular times. So reading here, Germany usually comes a little lower on British holidaymakers' wish lists than heavyweights such as France, Italy, and Spain, which means fewer tourists and more space for clued up Britons to enjoy. The country is getting back on its feet in terms of tourism, though, with social distancing measures in place in most states. Okay, so it is kind of talking about today's times. Let's see what they say. While most Germans are holidaying at home, there are still fewer visitors than usual, especially in the off-beaten track locations. Here are some of the good spots to get lost for a while. So first off on their list, they have the Baltic coast. According to this picture, it does look like someplace you can be away from people. You can go to just like get away from people, but still enjoy maybe good weather, water, clear skies and things like that. Nice little hillside and beautiful landscapes and things like that. The state of, I'm going to mess this up, Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, whose coastline stretches from 1,243 miles along the Baltic Sea, is overlooked by most international visitors. That's something to know. One thing about visiting places like Germany, you might want to see some of the places that most people don't go. In my opinion, sometimes those are the best places to go. Those are the best places to see because you don't have to deal with the touristy stuff and the stuff that comes with areas being full of tourists. A good place to start is Klutz, home to huge Baroque Bothmer Castle and the Uwe Johnson Literature House, a museum dedicated to the locally born writer. Try lunch at the Klutzermühl, a Dutch-style windmill serving pasta, fresh fish, and schnitzel, of course. Children will love to ride on the Luft-Kaffeebrenner narrow-gauge railway to the beach at Boltenhagen. Farther east lies Rostock with its brick Gothic architecture and docks, and then north up the river is small but lively Warnemünde for excellent seafood restaurants and a generous expanse of beach. Ooh, I like that. I really like the sound of that. If any of y'all have ever been to this area, gosh, let me know how it was. And you can see here that it has some more hotel listings, 149 euros in the summer, 75 euros in the low season. So yeah, that's a good place to visit. The Baltic coast. Why not check that out when you're in Germany? Rarely do people who recommend going to Germany say, hey, why not visit the Baltic coast? All right, next on their list is the Black Forest. Although well known within Germany, the southern state of Baden-Württemberg is vast enough to offer lots of off-the-beaten-track sites as well as hotspots such as Lake Constance, romantic Heidelberg, and the spa town of Baden-Baden. The Black Forest is an obvious choice for some rest and relaxation. It spans 2,320 square miles from the Karlsruhe in the north down to the Swiss border and has endless quiet areas. See, when I think of the Black Forest, I only think of what people tell me. And that's the fact that there's a forest. They go to the forest and they check it out and, they leave. No one ever thinks of actually staying for a while and seeing what the surrounding areas is like. Another great day hike is through this gorge, Wutach Gorge, which is the largest gorge in Germany. It has a great spread of flora and fauna. There are some interesting accommodation options these days too, including a tent that dangles 30 meters above the ground in Schenkenzell, close to the Hirschgrund zipline area. To the east of the Black Forest lie the often looked Swabian Alps. Look at that. You like mountains? Visit the Swabian Alps. There are tours of the 4-mile-long Falkensteiner Cave in Bad Urach with its underground river. Oh, that is cool. That is cool. I like that. So why not check out the surrounding area when you go to the Black Forest? Don't just go see the forest. Apparently there are many things to see when you go to this area. Check out more than just the Black Forest. One more here. Let's look at, what do they got? The mountains of Saxony. Woo, my area. The Bavarian Alps are deservedly popular, but the eastern state of Saxony also has plenty of peaky thrills. The largest range, the Ore Mountains, form a natural border with the Czech Republic. It is linked to the fairy tale-like Saxon Switzerland area, which spans the Czech border east of Dresden. Its dramatic, craggy mountains, rock formations, and handsome gorges and valleys have been used as backdrop for films, including Cloud Atlas and the Grand Budapest Hotel. You ever seen a movie that had this stuff in it? This is where they filmed it. Check it out. Further south, the area around Oberwiesenthal, once the GDR's top alpine resort, provides opportunity for hiking, cycling, rock climbing, and mountain biking. Get you some exercise while you're out there. North of the Ore Range is the Zittau Mountains Nature Reserve, with smaller sandstone mountains, volcanic peaks, and picturesque valleys, as well as marshlands, meadows, and woods. So yeah, man, when you come to Germany, don't just think coming to Germany is about Bavaria and checking out festivals. It is, and don't skip those things. But there are a lot of things to see when you come to Germany. There's a lot of stuff that you can take back home and keep into your memory bank forever. Beautiful landscapes, architecture, caves, hiking, different kinds of places to eat. There's lots to see when you come to Germany. But that was Germany during the summer. But that was 3 regions that they named off where you can come have a laid back, crowd free holiday. Apparently, even during distancing measures and stuff being put in place. And you thought you were just gonna come have a sausage and leave. Psh.